trying to feed the urchins.
Well, that's the clothing stuff you gotta sign before you.
Okay, fine. I will do that. Somebody left a novel back there. Whose book? Megan's?
Huh?
Is it your book?
Yes. Forgot it. Thank you for telling me.
No one else reads that city hall.
I don't know if that's something we admit.
It's my own personal book club where I'm only reading books set in Minnesota.
It's still 6 o'clock.
Oh, one.
You're fine.
I got here at 6 o'clock, so, all right. I'll sign this all later.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming and joining us. We'd make the trek up there, but the law says we have to meet here in town, which is dumb, but I don't make them. We just try and follow them most days. So, we wanted to talk, there's been some discussion with Public Works about the sand and salt building, sharing that, dealing with the equipment, stuff like that, and then we need to deal with the elephant that's been in the room for a few years now, which is the annexation agreement. My hope is that we can agree that we should work out a new agreement, something that's going to fit 2026 rather than 2010 when the last one was signed, and move forward with that and let that sort of, like I said, the elephant in the room, let it die and be done. So I'm open to sort of starting wherever. I don't know if the council has any particular place to start, or if you guys want to start somewhere. I don't know if it's easiest to talk about the salt and sand building. I haven't heard anything from Dan, other than that there have been some concerns about possibly wanting the city to do that on its own, so.
Well, I can explain what the issue has been.
Okay,
The salt and sand agreement, which, there's a copy of it somewhere here, there, simply states that the city.
Is there a salt and sand agreement?
There's a salt and sand agreement.
Okay.
I have an extra copy, you can pass that down. This is a bunch of agreements, not just a salt and sand. Hey, Lori, we got a spot right here for you, next to the mayor. The salt and sand agreement is pretty simple. It says that we pay $1,500 a year, plus anytime you guys make a purchase of salt or sand, we split it. And I think where Dan got confused is when we started to deviate and we started to pay by the load instead of pay whenever you guys made a purchase. So, I mean, we can clarify and say, let's just stick to the way it is here, or if you guys have another way that you'd like to word it or have it, we can do that too. But the only difference in the way that it was being followed, or the way that it was being practiced versus what it says here, is instead of splitting the purchases whenever you guys buy salt and sand, we were asked to pay by the load, which I think Dan lately has been doing. Did you, I think so, right?
By the load you're taking out?
Yeah.
I believe that's how we're billing. Yeah.
So that's not how the agreement says it, so that's why.
And I'd have to read this over. Is this the one we established when we were at the Green Road? Okay. And was it after that you guys decided that you didn't want anything to do with the salt and sand shed? Or we had discussed it, or was that the same time?
I don't recall any of that. No, I mean, this is the agreement we
At
made.
one point in time, you were going to build your own.
I know Ron had looked into it at one point.
Adjusted into, we're not going to do, but we're just gonna pay you by the load we take out, and that's how we ran it for the last 3 years, 2-3 years,
Okay.
I think. And that would still, and I think a lot of that was between Mike and Ron. When
Yeah.
We did the exchange, here's how what you're taking out, here's what it's costing us to mix it up, that's what everybody's price is that takes it out of here.
Okay.
So, and yes, blame us all for, we should have gotten together a long time ago and hash one at the top.
Yeah, no, I mean, the question is, or the comment is,
How
if
does
we,
the city want to run sand and salt?
yeah, if we are going to do it that way, then let's just put it on paper.
Sure.
And let's go the easiest way here too, instead of making it more confusing than it has to be.
Right.
So we got a flat fee of 1,500.
That was for the
a year.
building cost.
Right,
That's housing.
and then we split sand and salt 50/50, no?
No,
No, it's per cost of.
The way it's rolled here, it looks like that.
Right.
What your city uses is what we bill you what it costs us to.
So who's paying for the salt when it comes?
We do.
So you're paying for it, and you charge us what we
Yeah,
use.
you know.
And I think what had happened when since we talked at the Green Roof, Ron and Mike were talking just like, well, it was kind of a, well, why do we have to pay $1,500 for storing some salt? Plus, if we go 50/50 on the salt, there's other vendors in town that come and grab it from us. And it's just like, how do we make that fair for everybody? So I think Ron and Mike came back to us and said, this is how we'd like to do it. Whatever the city uses, they're just gonna buy from us, and we'll have we'll accrue the expense on the salt in the shed and whatever else that we have there, because since it's ours. That's my recollection too of the.
so no 1,500, no 50/50, just pay for the load.
Right. And, yeah,
But not the 1,500 for storage?
right, unless you want to for man.
No, I'd rather not.
Yeah, we've been billing them 1,500 for, so
But yeah, because the last few years you haven't paid
I'd have to look, but
$1,500.
Okay, so
I don't want to say for sure either way.
I think we paid it. It's billable in
It says
November, so
salt and
I
sand.
think we paid it last year.
Yes.
That's
We
not
buy off
your-
the state bid.
November 1st of this year.
We actually
Well, we need a new
Well,
agreement.
that makes
plan a
more-
year in advance for what we order, so.
That makes more sense to do it that way.
And the gravel, when we need to mix it,
Right.
then the mixing.
How do you keep track of how, by the bucket or?
For you guys, yeah.
By the bucket, the bucket's about a yard.
That's why we need wireless
That's
mics.
what we charge, $100 a yard. With
We're gonna get pretty hard time.
Forgive me, it's been a long day. It's logged off my other job.
Well, that makes sense. If, I mean, more people are taking it out, it makes sense for people
Yeah,
to
that-
pay for what they take
And
out.
Dan is good with this?
We've got the.
He just
shed.
wants to know what we're doing,
Yeah.
because right now, we're doing what they, not what the agreement
I mean,
says.
there has been talk of
Fuel.
Public Works doing their own, but I don't know why we want to do that if this is a good agreement.
Well, and we don't have a plan for that. I don't want to, no.
No, but there's been talk that
By who
I
knows?
don't-
it could be pursued, but why pursue it? if
No, he says if we need to build them, we can build them, but it's like, if we can just sort this out.
No, I have no interest.
So we basically need a new agreement.
Yeah, just fix those parts.
Just fix this one off.
Yeah, and I say, strike the 1,500 and just insert per load billable to the city.
You would just
And it's
take,
real
Because the
simple.
cost of the load is gonna vary every year. We
Yeah.
don't know what that's going to be.
you would just take out.
And it's the same thing, we're selling fuel at the airport. That's going to vary depending on, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on price.
Sure, beyond our control.
So
So,
we'll make sure especially if we have total, which you used last year, we can get, just to make sure that we don't run out.
did I hear you say $100 a load is what you're charging now?
$100 a yard, but you guys, the city measures in tons. And a ton and a yard are pretty close, so you'll have to put in tons
Right.
for the measurement.
Do you know what your cost is on that right now for this year,
Was,
We
roughly?
figured 100 a yard / ton,
with the tractor, with the mixing and the.
yeah.
The labor time and loading, so it's close to what, $80 a ton is what we pay. for
Okay.
sand, and sand varies also.
And-
And are
yes.
you getting mixed or are you getting straight sand?
No, I get it.
Which is a nightmare because who knows? So it's a flat rate, you want whatever, it's $100 a yard.
I'm just trying to figure out if we're going to do an agreement, is it best to say cost plus $10 a yard, cost plus $20 a yard? I don't know.
The city uses our tractor to load the sand and salt, so you gotta figure that in somewhere too.
Yep,
So it
agreed.
Destroys everything that touches
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's like, I'm not arguing that it should be at cost. I'm just trying to figure out so that we don't have to keep coming back and, well, it was $100 last year, why is it now $150? Have you seen the cost of stuff?
Well, that's something we can write in the agreement, is that we will review the costs upon receipt of them, so everybody is apprised of what it's going to be and knows what it's going to be, so it's not shown.
Is the cost, for example, if the cost is in November, like when do you typically buy salt and sand?
In the spring,
Yeah, right now we're ordered for that, for this coming fall, so.
Okay, so then we would know the price up front, what it's gonna be for the rest of the years out, because you're not buying every month, right?
Right.
And let's go off of load, not ton.
Just
Let's go off of load and not ton.
Yeah,
So we're
so-
all on the same page.
Can you say,
For 100 tons, that's what we're going to get.
can you notify us and say, this year's price is this much, and then
Sure.
that way we know this much plus whatever, like Sean said?
So why does the city do it in tons? This may be a stupid question, but if,
they weigh the truck when they take the sand and salt from our township, and then they use it on the roads.
Yeah.
And then they weigh their truck again, and
okay.
then figure out what they use, you know, so,
Is that the easiest way to do
I'm not sure.
that? It
We
seems like
we
maybe.
just don't, we don't have a waste.
We don't have.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So why are they weighing? Why is this?
so they keep track of what they use.
So they know how much, they've got the tickets.
So someone knows how much to pay for at some point.
Not on the hours.
Which is right.
Yeah.
And it would really be nice to have, so when the truck, like we do when we have roads, there's tickets that are given. And it'd be nice if, when the city comes with that, there could be a copy of the ticket given back to us of how many tons they use for that cycle or whatever. It'd be a little harder, I think, trying to keep track of it, but that would be the best, that would be the easiest, then we know how much tons are being used, that they're using.
How is it done now? You just get like an email from Dan, we took out 100 tons, send us the bill?
Yep,
Okay.
Dan keeps track of it on a spreadsheet on his computer, it's typed in, so.
So it really, I mean, theory, it wouldn't be much if we just put an envelope down at the garage and said, take your weight tickets and throw them in here, and then when Dan sends you that email, he just scans in all the tickets and you get a PDF of the tickets along with the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that would be the hardest thing to do.
It's just a count.
Right.
Yep.
Because I don't,
So yeah, we can figure out what the tonnage is, and then we'll have to figure out what, this usage and what our expense would be on our end. And then we can write something up accordingly.
So you let us know what cost plus how much? Okay.
Or we'll have to figure something out.
Should have ordered by now.
Okay.
I did. Yep, we'll have to find out where that, the invoice is kind of, I don't remember what the invoice is.
So
We
for
can get
this,
together.
this agreement, because it's going to be variable all the time, it's just going to be cost plus equipment usage that is agreed upon.
Just give us a dollar amount.
Whatever, yeah.
I don't care what the usage is, just put in a dollar amount.
Okay,
That's easy for us.
Yeah.
okay.
And then we'll just scratch this, because you might as well just redo the whole thing, right?
That's not long.
It's 2 pages.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
So who's going to do this? Who's correct?
Alright.
Okay. Okay.
sharing of equipment,
There are a few other things in there, I don't know which ones you want to address, which ones you don't want to address.
I don't have any issues with any of the things. So I see Neil's got some comments on some of these that we can talk about, but I'm not overly worried.
I just put them here, doesn't mean we gotta talk about them.
The oil, RV and compost, I don't think there's any problems there, so.
Well, didn't we separate the oil versus compost at the last meeting? You
Yeah,
guys
and we
take
just
care
said
of
we're not
compost.
gonna-
You know, they're all,
This is
No
the,
charge to you.
the latest
Yeah.
agreements
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And maybe just that everybody's on the same page to lay out what equipment we're all sharing, so we can refresh a list of what we all have going. Obviously, the chipper,
Yep.
Postponder.
Yep.
The chipper, I don't feel the city uses 50%.
Chipper is here.
That's why we maintain it too. We cover the cost of maintaining it. Parking, I believe.
Well, I thought there was some charges though. Were there charges for some parts for the chipper? I thought we paid.
Just those two.
Ownership,
Trail is the last.
property insurance.
Maybe not. I thought there was. But yeah, it's, if we buy our own chipper, we wouldn't save nothing anyhow, so. But we don't use a lot very much at all. It's there when we need it. Post driver or just.
Same thing.
Speed signs.
Dan just had one comment on the trail thing that I'm gonna explain to everybody.
And then if we, it's not sharing the equipment, well, there's the outside ring.
Wow, and then we got.
We have about that. And then the mowing of the trail.
But yeah, yours was sand and salt, 1,500 was paid,
Yeah, but they said we hadn't been doing that for a while.
well, I got right here, November 14th, 2024.
Yeah.
That's probably the last time.
Yeah.
Going back to the chipper, Steve, you said you guys do all the maintenance, so is that something we want to update on here? Because this does say it's shared maintenance.
It's working, but it also said in there that the chipper should be upgraded in 2026, I believe. It's still working, but that's something to keep in mind.
Is it starting to reach the end of it's life?
No, it's working great, but I did read that in the agreement.
It is 20 years old.
Yeah.
If it works.
Neil's 120 and he's still here.
Barely.
He can't hear you.
I know.
Not this time.
Wow, it's working, I guess.
Yeah,
If there comes into a major issue, we could really approach you guys and say, hey, what do you want to do?
yeah.
I like that idea.
What was that?
Oh, if the chipper decides to die or go bad or something as a beyond repair, then they approach the council and we come up with an agreement for a new, a different chipper. Whether it's new or
And that
used,
could
rather.
be, that could be different too.
And that would probably be a good time to,
Yeah.
You know, because, yeah, I mean, I think we all recognize that we have more.
and that puts us to the last agreement.
20 years ago, it probably was intended to be more 50%.
Right?
And the trail is 50/50.
Tarek, you said Dan had some comments on the trail?
Yeah, there's one comment on the trail. Because it says in the agreement, in the trail thing here, it says, item number F, or chapter F, a laborer or laborer with a hand tool shall be valued at $30 an hour. An operator and a piece of equipment shall be valued at $45 an hour. But when you're looking at what they're actually charging for, and this is something Ron and Mike agreed to, is $60 an hour. So again, this is something that they were doing, but it doesn't match the agreement.
I don't know that I've ever seen that document.
What is it, F, you say?
repeat that part?
No,
Number
trail
six.
agreement,
6
number
on page
6,
4.
financing of upkeep and maintenance. It's the last agreement in the pack there, Barb, and it's page 4 of the trail agreement.
Okay, it's four.
Number 6.
I hadn't seen it on here.
So it's the last couple of sentences.
So Lori's comment just now was that she interpreted it as, don't let me put words into your mouth, but she interpreted it as $30 per entity.
So we've been billing at 60, I believe, and cutting it in half, so $30 per entity. But I think I've been doing that for a long time.
Yep.
So 60 is the total rate, split two ways.
Split in two is 30, which is what the agreement says, but I think I've been billing it at 60 for not.
That's for a laborer with a hand tool. Do we even use hand tools?
Well, just,
Well, you have the.
all we need to do is clarify this.
Weed
That's it.
whacker.
That's right.
Well, the chainsaw, but the lawnmowers and would be considered
The
the
weed trimmer, the trimmer.
Yeah, the whacker.
equipment.
Yeah. Let's see, yeah, see, a non-riding lawnmower, weed whip, or other similar tools shall be treated.
Well,
as a-
I guess here's my concern.
Do you have?
I talked to Belinda, we've been paying 7,000 for many years, 6 to 7,000, and this year we came in at,
Last year,
yeah.
11 something?
It was a little worse than that.
But again, you know, the weather, the rain last year.
Well, yeah,
And the storms that we had, so all the trees that were lost and down, and so, yeah, I mean, we did the same thing with looking
mean,
at the labor cost.
I drive around and look at around the lake, and it's nice, it looks really good. But are we mowing more than we really need to? You know, there's areas where we're mowing the whole ditch. I know some of the people.
Mowing is one thing, mowing of the
The
trails
trail
is
for
different.
aesthetics for purposes of that, yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah.
And on a note of that, we're hoping it will be cut less time with the new mower that we just purchased. And do it faster.
Yeah.
They did a new zero turn, so we could hopefully cut a few hours a month off of that.
How long do we usually let it get before we go out there?
Depends on the weather, the water and all that, but, some stuff's weekly, some stuff's bi-weekly, or farther. But, I'm not cutting it if it doesn't need to be cut, because I have other things to do, so.
Or if you gotta drag the 2 inches of water because
Right.
Right.
And we get a lot of compliments on the trail, on people, how well it's groomed and stuff like that, because there's nothing worse than.
Well, that looks good, right? Just, it seems in some areas we're mowing an awful lot of grass.
Would like
There's a
to,
lot of spots with the private property owners.
And they're mowing the
Patch it
middle.
up, yeah.
yeah.
All right, so do you want to clarify anything in there, or do you want to keep it as is?
Well, I mean, I don't know how we're ever gonna differentiate between a handheld tool and a mower. That's gonna be really hard.
Well, it says non-riding lawnmower,
Yeah.
It
weed
refers-
whip, or similar tool shall be treated as a hand tool.
Maybe chainsaws,
Weed whacker, that's,
yeah, it's a hand tool.
It says.
No, but how
And then-
are we gonna differentiate how much time you're spending
Yeah,
on doing that?
like if you're doing one and then like you switch to another one, you gotta stop and like make a note of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, go.
I mean, I feel like,
Start.
I mean, do we have any reason to doubt what anybody
No.
says that they're doing?
But it doesn't say per entity, and I think Lori is saying it should be 30 per entity.
Yeah.
That's not clear.
No, if we do a 16, it's 16 cover everything.
Is that what we're, that's how we.
Wages and equipment is a lot of money these days. Even gas is higher.
Really?
Yes.
Well, at $30 an hour, we're not covering our, we're barely,
We aren't even
we're
covering
breaking
our
even on
costs.
our labor costs.
Yeah.
So 30 is not
Great.
feasible.
Yeah.
So if you say 30 per, and we add per entity, okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, like as it is now, it doesn't assume that it's per entity.
Just add that instead.
just insert that in.
How are we? Sweep trail, I'm just looking, April 12th, sweep trail from Cherrywood to County Road 20 to Old Lake Road. 5 hours at $60 an hour. Find it hard to believe Mike would have been standing out there with the broom for 5 hours.
No, he's got the tractor with the room on it.
Right, so that should have been a 45, but instead it's getting billed at 60.
Well, if it's
We aren't
It's on
per,
a tractor, but it's on a tractor, not.
But, I mean, this says 45, so if we were doubling it, that would be 90.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess where I'm coming up with,
So we did everything at 60.
yeah, it's kind
Even
of
others at 60.
yes.
Or
versus
30.
Some,
So I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
clarified.
30 per entity.
yeah, the way it's wrote and the way it's being.
Yes.
So that's what I said, if it's just
Something
clear,
isn't. So we need to clarify that number 6.
Because, yeah, I get it.
Number 6, yeah.
Maybe come up with a rate and don't differentiate between hand tool and power. Just so much an hour or.
$70 an hour is good too, it's $35 an hour for each.
But is that covering our labor costs
Well, that should cover the
as
labor
well
budget.
as the equipment costs?
Should be close.
Do you guys have a formula that you use for when you're figuring that out as a city?
What do we do for the compost? Or what did we do back in the day?
all I know is for the compost now, we just have charged commercial, but for residents, we don't charge.
If this
For
gets,
the workers and stuff.
if this gets too complicated, I'm not, what did we say we paid this year? 11 something? I mean, we could split that trail and we got 13 miles, we use our own equipment and man, we can put a 67-day man on. I mean, if it gets too,
I think this could be clarified for you.
well, right, but I don't want to be paying 20,000 when we could save by putting on another map.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Another mail costs more than $20,000.
Not a 67 days. No. No. And we have most of the equipment. I mean, that would be one way of 50/50 and not worrying about who did what.
You take care
That's
of
presuming there's no problems along the way either. Because there's gonna be
I
some.
mean, I'm not opposed to that. I don't know where Dan stands, but I'm just saying it would eliminate an argument.
It would eliminate a lot of it.
Yeah, 50/50 is
But eliminate having to
50/50.
think
We
that
just
you're
have to
figuring out
decide who got
what's
what
fair and
section.
equitable to everybody to get it done.
If you take, 13 miles, right now it's 13 miles.
No, but not.
Well, no, now we're gonna be adding more
I
miles.
counted
One way or both
17.2
ways?
17.
Yeah, I was
on
gonna
one
say,
side of the trail.
On one side,
Yeah,
so double that.
yeah.
For every mile of trail, you
now
get 2 miles of ditch.
Right. Well, I was just talking, yes. I was talking 13 times 2, but, yeah. And yes, once the trail's done out to Borks, that's gonna be added. Eventually, possibly a trail to the new county park.
Yeah,
And I mean, that all has to be, yes. But 50/50 could still, 50/50.
Oh, right, yeah, we just figured out how many where mile markers are gonna be, where are we gonna
I
start?
mean, that might be something to, for this year, I think, let's go with the agreement, come up with a number.
I like
Maybe
just
for next
clarifying
year.
this. I just like clarifying this better for them.
right, and we
Yeah.
can come up with a rate. We'll come up with a rate,
Okay.
a standard rate, not hand tools versus machine.
Yeah.
Because-
It's flat rated to do
Yeah.
the trail work done.
I'll be doing
Donkey
full-time
rate,
paperwork
horse
and
rate.
everything.
Carriage.
Okay,
So we'll wait to hear from you on a suggested number here.
yep. We're saying it for now. Okay.
Well, what's a fair amount this year going forward? Staying at that 60 like we've been doing?
We're gonna come up with a rate. So we'll,
Well, the rate still needs to be agreed upon by both entities.
right,
Right, and we've got to do something between now and then.
Well,
pardon?
We've got to do something between now and then.
and there's that.
Is it?
We should be able to get it done now. Just and then rewrite the contract.
So until then, we just continue as we're doing right now? And.
60 split it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep, and we can figure
Sounds simple enough.
and we can just figure that out right next.
our next board meeting is next Tuesday.
Yeah,
so-
we'll have something, yeah,
Right.
yep. So we can figure out something that we can share with them and then see if they're okay with it, and we'll go from there.
You okay with that?
Sure. Yeah.
We have a meeting that night too.
So just,
Oh, yeah.
You get Monday, right?
That's Memorial Day.
Just for shits
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna be here.
Just for shits and giggles, I added up the hours from 2024. It was 190.5. If it were $70 an hour, that would be a total of 13,335 divided by 2. Each of us is doing 66, 67.50. So that's, slightly more than what was paid, less than what went out last year. So,
Yeah, that's not bad.
but
It's ballpark.
it's ballpark, so I guess, yeah, I'm good with, let's continue at the 60 we've been doing, sort of informally, but let's calculate a number based on actual math, rather than spitballing stuff.
Okay.
All right, anything else on any of these other ones?
I don't know anything.
What can we do with the annexation agreement, guys?
What can we do with what?
With the annexation agreement?
Well, we were gonna talk about talk about the outside rate. Wasn't that
Oh,
in there as well?
I had it in here just
Yeah.
in case somebody wants to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
And
Well,
that,
it is an item in here.
and I think it was completely done on 2022.
I think it's 22, yeah.
That was all that agreement was.
Yep, and it's good through next year.
So if you leave it alone, it expires in a year.
Okay. Okay. Have we been billing?
Yep.
Okay. And the post driver, there was nothing different on that one?
No.
So I guess,
Most drivers need trailer, that's just shared.
Yeah, it's all under sharing. So you won't have a problem.
Is the speed sign thing working yet?
I haven't heard any of it.
Okay, that speed sign that we share as well. We tried to use it, the speed sign, we tried to use it a couple times, but it's not working.
Oh, the one that used to be on Lake Avenue here?
The portable one.
Yeah, I know.
Not on the capital.
It used to be.
Yeah,
It's
you
on,
did put
the
a
order
permit
that
on
you- yeah, you got a permanent one right now. Yeah, this is one on wheel, on. a
The
trailer.
one on wheels on the trailer.
Yeah, that we move around and borrow, but it's not working. So you haven't heard from Dan as to what's
No.
happening with it?
No, he was looking into it, or working on it. That's the last I heard.
when did you want to use it?
As soon as possible.
Okay. Now,
And some are starting now and that Lake Avenue gets.
Lake Avenue is an issue.
The only reason I ask is I know they get very finicky and stupid if it's cold. So if it's more recent, that's obviously not the reason. But if you were asking back in January, February,
I was in the summer.
okay.
so-
Yeah.
I'll talk to Dan about it, have him get in touch with you about it.
Okay.
So we've got an annexation agreement that's been in place. It was first signed in '05, then in 2010, and it hasn't been updated since. The 2010 version specifically talks about how once the bypass is done, we really ought to consider what we're going to do. And so far, we haven't been able to come up with the time to sit and talk about it. And I talked to realtors earlier today who want more lots available in the city. They want to look at expanding, but we can't look at expanding until we have an annexation agreement that allows it to happen. So we're sort of in a chicken and egg problem here. I know in some of the informal chats I've had with Steve, it's let's talk about a plan that the city has on how you want to annex, and then we'll work it out. But that's difficult to do. You can't go to a developer and have them spend thousands of dollars developing a plan with the hope and the prayer that the annexation side will work later. So our hope is that we can agree that this is done and we can negotiate a new one. And I'm not not saying we're gonna come to terms tonight on everything, but at least we can have those discussions.
We have a big map, so we can kind of all look at it together, so we can kind of look at what you guys are actually thinking, so that we have an idea, so that,
I
Well,
have.
if we start,
Hey,
there are a number of problems, or there are a number of properties located within city limits. 6.
yep.
So that's one part of it.
We refer to those as islands.
Yep,
And the city would prefer to annex them.
okay.
And the way this
Do
stands,
the homeowners, do they want that?
probably not,
No, last time. we
Sure they don't.
that, they said no.
but when they're in the middle of town and we have water and sewer running right past their house and their neighbor belongs to the city,
But you still assess them accordingly, if there's water and sewer going by them, you still assess their property? You would home
No, they're assessed less than,
They're not hooked up to it.
No, but they still would have roads, that they would still have their frontage of roads that they'll have to pay for, right?
if there's like a street project.
Yeah.
yeah, like on a street project, I imagine they get assessed.
They'll be assessed. But
Footage,
Yep, so that wouldn't change anything.
property taxes are less just because they don't have the water and sewer.
Right.
But I think, like, in particular, one of those islands, I don't know how much longer that property owner is going to hold on to that property. And when she wants to let it go, then it's like, what, you know,
The new
Negotiate there
owner,
until
the
she
new owner,
pays.
yeah. But
currently
we
the
don't
new
know-
owner would have to ask for,
Right, and but right, I'm just saying for, you know, selling it and for, it just seems like it's more
it
complicated.
would probably
It's more-
sell easier if it was in the city.
To
yes.
try to explain, okay,
Depends
yes,
on
but
what-
you don't have city services, even though you're surrounded by the city. It just seems overly complicated to me.
As far as where, there is no set plan. I will tell you, I mean, we don't have one because we haven't been able to look at it.
Yeah,
So-
but the thing is, you must have an idea as if there's certain areas that you're trying to get developed or whatever, that,
Well, we've had a developer interested in the land north of town, and I understand he went out and asked about annexation and was sort of met with some consternation from the board.
What part?
who is that?
It was Voss, wasn't it?
He didn't go, he sent, what's his name? What's the guy that works with?
It was relayed to
Oh,
us.
right?
But I don't recall being approached at all.
No. His main foreman guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
the guy that.
It was
came-
relayed to us that he went to the township and asked for annexation and was said, no, you don't want to do that. It's not going to work. So if it didn't happen, okay, I'll take you at your word for it. That's what was relayed to us. So,
Brown. His last name's Brown.
Oh, Brown?
No, it wasn't Bob.
It wasn't Bob?
The other guy, the guy that came in for planning when they were doing that other project.
Well, it's besides the point.
if it didn't happen,
He
it
was
didn't happen.
representing Dave, yeah.
They approached us, they were invited to follow the process to go get it and see where it leads them to, and nobody wanted
Yeah, because
to
even
go through that.
even in our annexation agreement, there are ways that you guys can, that we can go through the process. It's laid out pretty well in there, according to what I read. I mean, over so many years that, they take it over, and you get, over that course of 3 years, we get portions of that taxes until it's all over. So I mean,
Yeah.
the agreement isn't holding you guys back, it's just,
Well, it's all incumbent on somebody who owns that property
Yeah.
wanting to come in specifically for water and sewer.
And how,
Yep.
right,
And there might be other reasons that they want to come in.
how do we supersede that? Like if the city needs, we understand also that the city has to grow.
yeah.
But by the city growing into our township also shrinks.
I-
We don't
that's why
have
we
the
need to
power
do
to
it.
annex the next township over.
So I get it. This is not something that,
But if people want to be annexed, then they need to start with, I think, with the city, right?
They can't.
We want to
They
be
can't.
start, what? And
Because of
then.
the agreement,
and
they
then-
have to talk to the
The
township.
city can't approach that.
That's right, we can't approach that.
Right, you can approach them, but they can approach you if they want to be annexed.
Right.
And then they would be advised, they can come and talk to the township and.
And we would see what kind of plan they have and say, okay,
So-
well, we do have an agreement that
How are they gonna know if the city wants to annex their property, if we can't even talk to them about annexing? Somehow it has to get relayed to them. That's
Right, we-
where we wanna have some
We
clarity.
can't approach a developer and say, here's a vacant plot of land that would be perfect for you to develop and come into the city. Because if we say, oh yeah, you can annex that, we violate the agreement.
That's, yeah. And we just want permission
So-
to talk to the
We have,
potential
like,
developers.
our hands are tied.
Right.
And that's fine. I mean, it works great for you guys,
We
but-
can't just go ahead and say, okay, we're gonna give you all this land and it's gonna sit there for.
Not asking you
years.
to.
Okay, well then how do we get to that next point without,
Just
because we do have an
the need
annexation
for
agreement.
annexation, the need to have to hook up for the city water, city sewer, city functions like that is,
There's all sorts of other reasons though that somebody might want to annex in.
okay?
They may want to have that ability in the future. Maybe they don't want to pay the hookup now, but they may want it 10, 15 years. They may want the additional police protection. They may want other things that the city offers. So
Then wouldn't they, at least, that developer or whomever, come and talk to, if it's in the township, they would start with us. And
but
then-
if the thing is, well, show us the plan, and if the plan fits, then maybe we'll go along with it.
Right.
No,
And then you have-
it needs to be, if I want to annex in, I go in. If somebody wants to annex in, they're in.
Yeah.
Why is it this, show us the plan, and if it agrees with us, then we'll let you go?
No, we just
Why
want
is
to
it
make sure,
not?
we want to make sure that if we're giving up our monies, our tax base to you, we want to make sure that we're giving it up for the reasons that are out there for, like annexation for development, and so on and so forth. But if you're, I mean, I know that there are things that are around the community that we just don't do anything with it. I mean, we got the downtown projects that are not even taken care of. I mean, so how can we say that we're gonna give you this land and then 15 years from now, it's still sitting there vacant, but we haven't collected the dime anymore because we gave it up?
I don't think there'll be an annexation intent without a planned project for it. I don't
Right.
think we're just gonna say, yeah, we want that township land, we want that, let's just go get it, let's just go, no.
There's ways to do it
They'll have
too.
to
We
be
do it all the
Just
time.
in case, yeah, we don't want to do that.
I mean, so why?
Nobody here on this council wants to take land just to have it sit vacant.
No.
That
We already
is
got plenty of
not,
vacant land out there.
But if a developer wants the land and is working with you, they came to you, then why can't you just direct them to the township to say, talk?
You can't even talk to them at that, before then, because the agreement is binding right now, where they have to approach the township first, and then you give their blessing to turn it over to the city. Now, the thing is with developers is that they don't like surprises. They like to be the one to do the surprises. They don't like it in reverse. Okay, so just for instance, we were looking at developing some land in town here, and then all of a sudden, somebody wanted the city to pay for engineering fees. And okay, and then it was the water and sewers, and it got to be worse and worse and worse. No, we want to get something where we can at least move forward in an orderly fashion, but right now, we're kind of mixed up because we need to go by the binding resolution from the agreement. And that is,
But you just turned yourself all the way around, because you have parcels out here that you're trying to develop. That has nothing to do with the Painesville Township, that you can't get things done right.
I was referring to the developers.
But I'm telling you that that's not our land, that's
No,
your land.
I know it is.
So what does that have to do with our land?
The developers don't like surprises. Okay, so that's, and what I'm leaning towards is, the developer has to contact the township first, and then the township gives the blessing to come and talk to the city. So,
I guess, what's the harm in saying this agreement sunsets in 12 months, and we'll work out a new agreement at the end of that 12 months?
Well, I mean, it does sunset in 2030.
Establish a sunset of this agreement and then work on another one?
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we want the township. I don't want the township, I don't want the lake. You guys can have the lake and all the headaches that come with that. I don't envy that.
But we do have an agreement until 2030. It's already 2020.
No, this agreement's in perpetuity.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
well, that's one way I'm thinking of the
Yes.
hockey.
This is,
So,
No end date.
that's what I'm saying, why can't we just
But
agree?
which in all reality probably isn't a valid agreement.
Which in 2010 versus today, everything different anyway.
That's what I'm saying, so why can't we just
I
say,
agree 100% with what you're saying.
let's just sunset this, and let's spend some time saying, what does a 2026 agreement look like that can be in place for 5 or 10 years to govern both of us for that period of time? I'm not saying we want it, I'm not saying there's, yeah, one of the things the city's gonna ask for is the ability to annex in these island properties. I expect you to put up a fight about that. I get it, and maybe we resolve it, maybe we don't. Not right now, sweetie.
I expect the homeowners to put up a fight.
I expect they would too. And, that's a thing we'll have to deal with. But as for the rest of it,
I can move the township if they're not unhappy.
They are the township.
Oh, yeah. Once we annex. I mean, there's
They are.
people living in town right now that can't wait to move out in the township.
Well, right, and that's
You
perfect.
know, they want chickens and we don't love chickens.
At the time it was
You don't
developed
want
around their little pod, they had the option of not going and
Yeah.
hooking up to this.
Well,
thing.
and I don't,
And now
I'm,
it's evolved to this, and here we
I'm
have our issues.
certainly not relishing upsetting somebody who
no,
owns their home and likes the way that it is. I mean, I don't think anybody is. It's just,
I would,
just, have to make sense.
at a point in time when your well and your septic system fails,
Yeah,
at such time, you will need to hook up to city water and sewers and be annexed into their property. Fair and equitable to everybody.
it might be that. Maybe a better term is when ownership changes.
Yeah,
Or ownership
I
change,
mean, that would be a good time that
but they would have to know that.
new guy might not be happy, but that's reality.
Yeah,
Well, that's happened in the township before. To get a new building permit, you had to be, your sewer had to be up to code. And if you couldn't go up to code, you weren't gonna get the building permit, even if it was just to replace windows or something.
Well, the township, your septic has to be approved by the
Yeah.
county to get a permit to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. So you get a cabinet.
If they sell that, I'll guarantee you the county's out here inspecting. the
I know.
septic system.
Or if you're grandfathered in with the cabin at 75 years old and you got the old sewer system. Any improvement, good luck.
all I know is urgency is the only thing that drives anything. So if we sit here with an agreement that says, oh, this is just valid in perpetuity, there's never any incentive for us to sit down in any good faith and really negotiate this out. Because there are things where we agree.
Yes.
So I think there's probably most things that we can agree on. That's why, but I would like to see, let's just say 12 months, it incentivizes both parties to figure out what we've got, or end of this year, whatever it is, and let's hammer it out. And if we can agree that this sunsets, and we'll come to the table in good faith on both sides and work out a new agreement and go from there.
Yeah, I think,
We need to talk about it.
Yeah, let us discuss that, you guys discuss it, we'll get back together, let's plan another meeting.
Yeah.
When do we want to meet? Because, I mean, we did this, what, 3 years ago? And
Yeah.
I came up to the township to visit with you guys, and I was told, oh, we're not ready, and I never heard back, so.
next
We're
month.
more already. 2029, that's another 3 years.
No, how about next Monday? You guys got plans?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, we're both meeting Tuesday of next week. How's
Yeah,
Wednesday?
How's what?
How's
Wednesday.
On what?
Next week.
Can we push it out till the first week of June?
We could push it out to the first week in June.
I will not be available.
We don't wanna.
Then we don't push it out to the first week in June.
Otherwise, we're gonna
or
run.
the second week of June.
No, how about we go back to the last week in
Sometimes we
May?
got town and country days. and-
You're gonna be gone.
When you say the first week of June, are you talking the first or the first full week, which is the 7th through the 12th?
No, like,
First,
First.
third.
Then I'm good, then I'm good.
Okay, I'm good too.
I'm fine.
What are we looking at?
June 1st to the 5th.
Megan, Wednesday's best for you, right?
Wednesday's good for me, but I mean, at this point, like this late, it doesn't really matter that much.
Wednesday the 3rd?
Wednesday the 3rd?
The 3rd,
What time?
Could we do 6:30?
30?
Same place.
Yeah.
Okay, 6:30.
Brewery?
I like that.
I ain't gonna have tacos.
You guys missed all.
Come on, Neil.
Other stuff.
I'll buy you.
Stop being a baby.
Neil, I read an interesting article that I think featured you in it the other day.
No, don't tell him. Cat's out of the bag, go for it.
City council member up in Akeley was talking about stray cats and said on the record that the only way to deal with them is to shoot them.
Well, I don't shoot them.
Like Neil's doing double duty.
Antifreeze, right, Neil?
No,
No.
no.
Not chickens.
Neil is fine, I was
Go
just,
swimming.
They go swimming, yeah, that's what.
no, we're not talking about, no. Okay, so we can come back on June 3rd, we'll pick up there. Tarek, can you have those other agreements ready for review for both of us by then?
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Yeah, the only
We'll
two
get
agreements.
back to you on the sand cost, mowing rates,
Yep.
and you're gonna talk to Dan on the side.
Yep,
And
I
then,
got it.
before the agreements, we passed it on to them, so we're all prepared.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I think, I mean, if we can get those agreements, the changes that we talked
I
about.
can bring them back here so we all see them at the same time.
Sure, oh, that's
And
fine.
it's a business meeting for both of us, so we can just
Yeah,
share it
that's
with
ours.
them and be
Our
done.
main concern on annexation is to what we want to do about flat setting. That's what we need to figure out now and rewrite it in the winter.
Yeah, you want to do it end of the year, you want to give it 12 months?
You have to have a lot of things decided by the June, or just agree to
Start
it.
moving forward on that, because that's going to be a major
Send Jennifer a copy of your license.
Why do I need to?
In there.
I gave them a while ago.
You did? I have everything scanned and percent.
Yep.
Why do they even need it? Okay, thank you, everybody.